We are back, the broadcast where we talk anything and everything. Dude, what's going on?
A lot's been going on, I think, but I'm interested to see what you've kind of been seeing this past couple of weeks. Obviously, it's been 2 weeks since we last saw each other.
Yeah.
Just a little catch up, but
Yeah, I don't have too much. I mean, really, on my mind, in terms of like things that have transpired in the last 2 weeks, would be the Olympics had just solidified, right?
Finished, yep.
And there's a couple of things that I thought were, well, one is pretty funny and one is pretty epic.
Okay.
So I'll start with the funny one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you may know where I'm going with this. You heard about Ray Gunn?
Ray Gunn.
Ray Gunn.
Like
you haven't heard of Ray Gunn. Ray Gunn.
Who's Ray Gunn?
Ray Gunn is a breakdancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ray Gunn went absolutely ham.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know her age. For some reason, I want to say like 39.
Right.
I want to say Australia, but again, that could be wrong. Ray Gunn goes out there and looks like, you or I, if we had too many bottles of wine,
Right.
just goes out there and is doing these
Oh,
like crazy moves.
yeah. No.
And essentially, from my understanding, breakdancing is no longer an Olympic sport. I don't know that it's necessarily because of her, but
Well,
with a little.
I mean, it was just introduced this Olympics, right? This is a brand new thing, right?
Oh, was it?
Breakdancing. Yeah, so breakdancing was specifically introduced for the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Oh.
And to your point, it is no longer going to be a part of the Olympics moving forward.
Okay, well, could be because the thing is, I did see some clips.
It wasn't great.
I do want to say, I do want to be fair to the breakdancers. There were some where I was like, okay, they're breakdancing. I'm like, wow, that's something I can't do.
Yeah.
But with all due respect to Ray Gunn, I could do that. I could very well do all of the moves that she did.
I think I have done that. Like you said, one too many bottles of wine. I think I have pulled out that move. Yeah. Just a lot of squeaking. I saw someone say on Twitter or X, saw someone say on X that whole routine needed WD-40.
It did. I was sitting there. I was watching. I'm like, wow. Even though, I mean, really, but the confidence behind it.
Oh yeah, no, she owned everything that she did in that. Her name's Ray Gunn.
I believe it's Ray Gunn.
Wow, it's
a bold name as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very kudos to Black Ops Zombies, but yeah.
I just couldn't believe that watching that because somebody told me about it first. And I'm like, okay, maybe.
Is it as bad as it actually was, or No. I'm with you. That was. Yeah, not great by any standards. So
No, I got a kick out of it. And then on the contrary, something like more epic and more Olympic,
epic than Ray Gunn?
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's very hard. Which is sad. Ray Gunn probably got more views.
Yeah, 100%.
In reality than what I'm about to say. But Steph Curry. Did you see how he ended when they got gold? He just went absolutely off.
Yeah.
He looks like a cheat code. Everybody said that he looks like a cheat code. But 100% was.
Yeah, I mean, he is. The guy's insane. I did, obviously didn't watch the games, but I did follow up on the, updates from it and stuff and how they, Steph just took that team and just literally backpacked everyone.
It was unbelievable. I watched it live. He goes up court, knocks down a three, and then at the end of the game, it was getting pretty close, down to the wire, and he pulls a double team and then just kind of does his Steph Curry-esque move.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he was off of 1 foot and just throws it up and just nothing but net. I'm like, dude. But it was just so cool. The last thing I was going to say on that, it was so cool to see Steph Curry rise to the occasion like he always does. And then to see him, LeBron, and Kevin Durant on the same court, same team. We'll probably never see that again.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Steph's in his... I think he's in his 17th, 18th year of the NBA.
That sounds right.
I mean, he's kind of. I mean, obviously LeBron's gone further than that, but I mean, I think we spoke about this last time, but just like how much of a specimen he actually is.
Yeah.
To have that much longevity in basketball at the highest level.
Yeah.
It's not heard of, is it really?
Yeah, it's wild, and that would be interesting though if he made us eat our words and somehow he pulls it and he's playing it like he'd have to be what, 44 at that point? 44?
Yeah. Because is he 40 now?
I want to say he's like 40.
Yeah, he's either 40 or 41, right? So so I mean, right around 44, 45. Because actually, the next Olympics is in LA, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, which Tom Cruise actually showed us.
That
was kind of cool. I mean, I wasn't too interested in the closing ceremony because I was like, oh, is it going to be anything like the opening ceremony? I was like, nah. But I did see the clips of it online, and he did kill that. So.
He did. And that's the one thing I will say about Tom Cruise. Hollywood can sometimes be like out of touch. But he somehow pulls it off.
Oh no, he's the guy.
He plays the part. I don't know if you saw the drone overview when he's looking up about to jump down from the stadium.
No, I didn't see the clip of that.
Yeah, he's just standing on top of the stadium, and then he like zip lines from the top, and the drone goes over his right over his head, and he looks up at the drone, and then he looks down, and then he just repels. I'm like, okay,
and then the clip after that when he's like flying over to California, parachutes down to the Hollywood sign.
It's epic.
I mean, that you got to give the credit to the guy. He does all of his own stunts. He's a madman. 100%. I mean, the amount of money he earns, and he doesn't have to do any of that.
No,
he just loves it.
He just enjoys it so much, and he fits the part because he really enjoys it too. It's not a facade.
That is him. That's him. Like it's like how we talked about people embodying their persona.
Yeah,
he's that kind of guy as well.
100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, staying on the Olympic topic, there's I guess I have like a shit one to shit part of it. I don't know if you heard about so the Seine River.
No.
Okay, so the Seine River in Paris is like notoriously just disgusting, right? So all the rainwater and sewage and stuff like that just kind of flows into it.
Yeah.
And it's just disgusting. It's full of like E. coli and stuff like that. And obviously the triathlon, which is the open triathlon, a part of the swimming was supposed to be through the Seine River.
I think I did see this.
Yeah, so they actually proposed beforehand. Paris was like, oh, we're going to spend, I think, $1.5 billion, which they ended up spending in trying to clean it up and an attempt to clean it up. Just didn't work. There was swimmers who actually went through it, and I think 3 of them got sick.
No way.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, like E. coli, obviously, is bad, no doubt. I mean, it causes nausea, sickness, like diarrhea, vomiting, all that sort of stuff. So I think one of the swimmers, Beck, actually, kind of sarcastically posted on Instagram being like, I just feel great after vomiting like 9 times and being...
Holy shit. So I saw when I said it, I was acknowledging it. I saw what was going on, but I didn't know people actually got sick.
Oh, yeah, no. I think they were talking about cancelling it or something. I don't know if they went through with it in the end, but they definitely did cancel some of like the pre-runs and stuff like that, and people actually did get sick from it. Wow. So that's kind of that's not good enough, really. No. I mean, and also throwing $1.5 billion, you think you do a better job and actually kind of Maybe it's just too far gone though. I don't know.
I would imagine it's too far gone, and I haven't been to Europe, but I would imagine when you're that metropolitan, it'd be like the Hudson River. It's like there's so much
just
going
run off
on. That's how. Not giving them a scapegoat because hopefully they can clean it up, but like it makes sense if you think about it. There's so many people, such a little region. Like you said, rainwater has to run off. Like
it just picks up all the dirt and stuff like that. I mean, it's understandable, of course, but at the same time, if you're going to host an Olympics and you're going to potentially use that as the open water, like the triathlon or the open water swimming and stuff like that, you would want it to be clean and safe for the actual swimmers.
Yeah,
people are taking in it. So.
Of course.
Again, I don't even think that was like good enough from them. But yeah, I mean, my other point that I had about the thing was literally to touch on the breakdancing. I mean, we spoke about that. It's just,
dude,
I still can't get over the fact that like it got introduced for this one and it is no longer being carried on just because of.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I hate to say it's because of everybody. It has to be. It got so much attention.
Oh, it did. I mean, it was on every bit of social media. I'd always open my phone and there'd just be another clip of it or just something going on. Dude, it's too funny.
Oh, dude, I know. It's funny. and I mean, I genuinely wish that there wasn't like one move where I was like, couldn't do that. But it probably could have done all of those moves. And that's why I think there was like a video I watched had like 4 million likes. So God knows how many people actually watched it.
Wow.
4 million likes. Just in the caption read like, me after 2 bottles of wine. And it's just like, dude.
Just dragging her head on the floor.
To your point again. Like, We probably all done those moves.
I could say with my chest confidently that I think we've definitely done that and definitely can do that. So I don't know, it's a nightmare.
Oh man.
But moving from one set of sports to another, I think funny enough, we were just talking about this before the podcast, but how things have kind of got back into the swing of things. Exactly that year passed. Last time we spoke about the football starting.
Yeah.
Obviously, football starting up, and with that comes big contracts and
Yeah.
whatnot. I think last time we spoke about Mbappe.
That's right.
Now the talk is Vinicius.
Okay.
So Vinicius Junior, he's a winger, Brazilian, plays for Real Madrid, unbelievable talent. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, the last talk was from a Saudi club and the offer, and this one again is from a Saudi club with an offer.
Don't tell me it's bigger than.
In comparison, I can't recall exactly how, but it's a huge sum of money.
Okay.
We're talking it's $1 billion over 5 years. Now, what that breaks down to, I'll break it down for you right now. Okay, so Vinicius Jr. has been offered a 5-year contract worth of $1 billion to play for Al Ahly. Okay, now if he accepts this, and full disclosure, since this has come out, he has declined it. He's staying at Real Madrid. But the contract would work out to earning him $416 a minute, $25,000 an hour, $600,000 a day, and $4.2 million a week, Brian.
$4.2 million a week.
A week. Where does this money come from?
Oil, no.
Oil and stolen. No, I won't go there.
Yeah, right.
Don't shoot me.
No.
But just from one crazy contract a year before to another crazy contract now, it's just this Saudi money and this Saudi league that they're trying to build up. Obviously centered around Ronaldo.
Right.
The amount of money they're throwing around to people is insane. Because they're trying to.
What did you say a week? $42 million?
$4.2 million a week.
$4.2 million a week.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. You got to give respect, though, for him to go.
Yeah, you do. I mean, he is still young.
Yeah.
So, I think he's around like 25, 26, 24, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
So, he is still young, very much in the prime of his career. He might even be a little bit older, but, he's killing it at Real Madrid. They just had, this last season they didn't win the Champions League, but the season before they did. And, it's funny enough, speaking about Mbappe has now joined Real Madrid. So the guy who turned down the contract from Saudi last year has now joined the team of the guys declined the Saudi contract this year.
Damn.
So you're talking about a powerhouse of people up playing for Real Madrid. The Galacticos, yeah.
And left all that on, left it on the table just because, wow.
That makes me feel.
Epic.
That makes me feel good as like a enjoyer of the sport, and just any sports fan, someone who's turning down that money to just play for, I guess the prestige. Real Madrid's like a massively prestigious club. The honor, the valor for it.
It's interesting too. Like as you say that though, it's like sport by sport that they turn it down. Whereas you see it in golf, for example.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys took the money.
Yeah.
And now it ended up merging. A lot of people are going, "Oh, it's your fault. You didn't take the money."
Yeah.
Very different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Different strategy or different way about going about it. I don't know. I just find I don't know how to describe it. I just find that fascinating. Different sports, but it worked. That taking the money worked in golf, but in soccer it doesn't seem like so much.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of kind of built-in. What's the word for it? Just built-in prestige around the top 5 European clubs.
Yeah.
And obviously the Champions League, that's sort of the biggest competition for all the clubs. So obviously the Saudi League isn't involved in that. So, true winners and true people who want to make a name for themselves and cement themselves in the legends of football, they're the ones who stay at these clubs because they're like, I don't care about them. Obviously, they get paid very well, right?
Right. Right. But to our just to this point, people would say like the Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods of the world. You'd say the same thing against PGA. That's why they saw that it was more prestigious.
Yep.
They recognized that, they believed in that philosophy. But no, it's just it's just interesting.
It is
it's
interesting.
Totally different sports with different ways about going about
I mean,
it.
to caveat that, they are kind of talking about. There's always been talks about the Super League being thrown around, which is just kind of like a conglomeration of all the top teams into just one big league. A lot of teams are pushing for that because of more TV rights, more money for those clubs and stuff like that. But it does take away from the lesser teams that are in those top 5 European leagues I was speaking about. So that's kind of like the live golf sort of thing, maybe. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's too many people who are like dead set in the sort of roots of that football. So
That's understandable. I mean, that's how I would be. Like, again, Tiger Woods and McIlroy, they might looking back, okay, well, I made a stand. It didn't make a difference, but I actually do like that.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like,
it's cool.
You can sleep at night. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can sleep at night, and then also the other people who took the money, they can probably still sleep. They can sleep in a happier, comfier.
They can sleep with a couple extra bedrooms.
Yeah, a couple extra pillows. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, fair play. Well, there's really no segue into my next topic here, but one thing I had in mind, or on mind, I saw that Post Malone released another country single.
Dude, he's been verging off into the country scene.
He really has. Yeah. And I'm interested on your take on it, because I've got my take, but I'm interested. What do you think about like any of Post Malone's? I don't know if you listen to country music much, but I didn't know what your thoughts on him essentially making an entirely new country album.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard from other people about Post Malone, and obviously my own opinion of him, I think he's a super cool guy, down to earth, but seems like it. Everyone says he has nice things to do, and I mean, he's obviously a very talented artist. So the fact that he is branching or like expanding his horizon into other different genres of music, I think that's cool. I mean, like, freedom of expression, and if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I haven't actually heard the songs, so I can't comment on the quality of them. But I mean, are they pretty good?
Yeah, I've heard a couple already that like I jammed to.
Yeah.
I've just been surprised because I shouldn't say surprised because he does like he has vocals, so he can do.
Oh yeah, I mean, congratulations and all that.
100%. But like, I don't know. I think he's really crushing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm really like. There's not too many people that can just like dip, especially today.
Right.
All eyes on you. Like, oh, this guy's a sellout. He's going country. Like, because country is in a really good place right now.
It's moving and shaking. It's like it's probably one of the most popular genres, easily.
For sure. Because you got like Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs.
Yeah. Zach Bryan?
Zach.
Is that Zach Bryan?
Yeah, it is Zach Bryan.
Yeah.
Is that Revive that plays Revival? I know who you're talking about. And then Chris Stapleton. You got a lot of these heavy hitters that are really pushing this country music to another level right now. So it's just interesting. Again, it's like didn't seem like he was able to market himself, in my opinion. Post Malone was able to market himself into country music without feeling like he was jumping on the bandwagon.
Right, yeah, he kind of just integrated himself nicely into it.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, like, even before it was really popping off, I did see clips of him, like, at a bar or something, like a dive bar, with the Bud Light sign behind him, singing, like, some, like, old school country song.
He's a very soulful person, it kind of gives off. So it seems like maybe that's just more of a natural transition for someone like him as opposed to, like a Drake, for example, who's, very kind of base his whole identity around the rap and hip hop sort of vibe.
100%.
Yeah.
But even to that point, like Post when he first started wasn't that. Like his
Yeah, no, he was definitely more rap, yeah.
It's like it's pretty incredible. Like I got to give it credit because I'm like, damn, who can actually do that? Who can push into different genres and people not go, why is Post Malone singing a country song? Like we're not having that conversation. We're having a conversation like
it works.
Like it's working for him. But it's pretty cool too. I looked at Post Malone's entire album, and he was really smart about it. He got like all the heavy hitters to be featured on almost all of the songs.
He's done well there.
Yeah, I think there might be like maybe 2 songs on the entire album that is just him.
Wow.
The other one's got like Tim McGraw, again, Chris Stapleton, I believe, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, like all these guys. He just like, hey, you want to like collab and make these? I was like,
and it's cool that they wanted to do it as well.
Yeah.
So that kind of probably says something about him, because I feel like a lot of the country people, from my perspective, they're kind of just like, we're country. This is what we, this is what we sing. This is what we stand by. I don't think they're probably. They don't seem like the kind of people or the kind of genre to be like welcome just any, like you said, a bandwagon just trying to hop on the train. They probably wouldn't be like, no, I'm not going to feature you. Don't.
I think that's a great point to be made though too, because even when I'm saying country, like that's still like pop country.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
for
not.
Sure.
People would probably watch this if they watch this clip. They're gonna go, oh, they just don't know like country music.
Yeah,
because true country people wouldn't collab with Post Malone.
Yeah,
but like how I see it is like when I'm jamming in the car, I want to listen to like pop country, I guess.
Yes.
The crossover for him to do that was pretty cool.
No, that is cool. I liked it. I mean, I've seen like some clips of him, like, you know, even his style, I think is like in terms of his appearance. I've been seeing him wear like a lot more like kind of bootcut jeans and shit like that, and I think he kind of suits him. I'll be honest.
That's what I said.
I think he lives out in like the fucking wilderness, kind of, not wilderness, but like in a big compound in the forest or something.
I know. I actually know because my wife and I went to Salt Lake City, and we went to Salt Lake City and watched Chris Stapleton. Ironically enough, we're talking about that.
Yeah.
We watched Chris Stapleton and went to Park City in Utah. And we literally went right past his house. So he lives in like just outside of Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay.
In, like a massive compound, like, to your point, very like, mountainous, wooded area.
Yeah.
But
so he kind of lives it then, a little bit.
100%.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah,
it's
pretty cool.
I love Post. I love Post. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it's decent. Also, it's funny because we were in Salt Lake City, and as we're leaving, because we went from there, kept traveling, but you'd be surprised because he lives there. I don't know if he's from there, but because he lives there, people really like support him. So like we went, my wife and I went to grab a drink before we got to the airport, and the place we went into had a huge mural on the wall. We're like, man, they really love that he lives there, which makes sense. I mean, he's a superstar, but
damn, he's getting like injected into the culture like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Again, like to your point, I don't really have like a segue for this one, but
sure.
It's kind of more relevant to Florida, right? Because Publix is Florida based.
I think the origin was in Florida, but yes, very much so, like the southeast.
So did you hear anything about? It was end of last month. There was some issues with like the boar's head meat.
I did see that.
Yeah, so they had some cases of listeria, which is a sort of like gut bacteria parasite for mammals. So obviously listeria, it grows in, it can be cultivated in like processed meats and stuff like that. So I think it came from, I've got it here, Liververse products, which is essentially cow and pig liver. Kind of like you see those meat tubes.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like packed into like a little like packaging, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I think it originated from. But because the boar's head meat was getting processed in the same area, a lot of the boar's head meats and like the deli meats and all that, they all got contaminated with listeria. So they had a massive recall. I think I've got it here. It is a recall. A recall of 207,528 products between the period of June 11th and July 11th and July 17th. Oh no, sorry, they were produced June 11th and June 17th, between that area, but it got recalled in July. So they'd been on the shelves for
a month.
Yeah, and the thing is about listeria is like it can actually take up to 30 days for any of the effects or anything like that to actually show up.
Oh man!
So they were finding out post. Yeah, I mean that's again, to the point of the E. coli, similar side effects like nausea, diarrhea, like dizziness, and even convulsions if it gets into like your nervous system. So that's like pretty serious for Publix. Like,
yeah.
I found out actually because I went to go order pub sub.
Yeah.
And one of the boar's head meats ones just wasn't on there.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on with this? And then I actually found out from Michaela, Jake's wife.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, massive listeria outbreak. I was like, what the fuck is listeria?
Wild.
Yeah.
And I think I did hear about that, but also why like even for me, it's even more surprising because I worked at Publix for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, that's right, you did, didn't you?
So
Yeah.
I do know a little bit about this. I do know that like boar's head meat, that's why it's even more surprising. They're so protective of the brand,
Right.
and they want it to be the best.
It's
most
fucking good.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
And it's very premier, but not even every Publix can have it.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So like every Publix has to qualify to be able to get it. That's how premium it is. And for that to happen is like, holy shit. Like,
yeah.
You protect the brand that much, and then
You let something like that happen. And the fact that it came, I think, originally from the Liververse products, which is actually more popular like in Europe and stuff like that, but I think Publix still sells them, or maybe it gets packaged in the same area.
yeah.
So a little cross-contamination in the packaging area.
Man.
It's wild, isn't it?
That's funny you say that, because we have boar's head at the house. We make a sandwich and whatnot.
You
and
feeling all right?
You know what? Can I take I might need to take a break here. My stomach's not feeling so good.
We are not actors.
No, for real. Okay, I know we're running up on the first half here. Again, not another good segue here, but we're going from topic to topic, right?
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention here is I've got a thing that I saw online, and it was Stephen Colbert. You know Stephen Colbert?
The talk show host?
Yeah, the late night guy.
Yeah.
So he's out of New York. So it's essentially a Democratic crowd for the most part.
Right, yeah, pretty heavily.
Yeah, and he is interviewing CNN's, I believe her name is Caitlin Collins, and she is an anchor at CNN, and they're going back and forth, and Caitlin Collins essentially is talking about how Trump is, X, Y, or Z, or isn't answering something correctly, and just kind of, shitting on him, in some aspect. And Stephen Colbert says, I know you guys over there at CNN, you're objective, you're just reporting the news. And as he says that, like he's meaning it, he's talking to her, and the crowd started laughing.
No.
Crowd started laughing. Just literally started crying, and then you could see his expression and Caitlin's expression, and she even says something to like the effect of like, "Oh, was that supposed to be a punchline?" And he goes, "No, it wasn't supposed to be, but I guess it is."
No, so she thought he was taking the piss out of her, just
100%.
being like, "Oh, you guys are just fake news."
100%. But he actually meant what he was saying. He's like, "You guys over there at CNN, you're so objective. You're just reporting the news." And the crowd, right after he ended that sentence, they started laughing, and you could see in his face that he was like, why are they laughing?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's and that's the point too that I wanted to make is like Stephen Colbert. You see all this stuff about him. You read him from a script, but you can tell he's a pretty smart dude.
Yeah.
But still, just a bit out of touch with reality of what's happening.
Yeah.
Especially in that state. It's not like he did a remote bit in Florida. He was in Manhattan, the heart of New York City, and the crowd's laughing at him.
That's brilliant, because like even the crowd knows that like CNN's just full of shit.
100%.
That's so good though.
100%.
That makes me feel good.
100%. And you could see on the video too, because when I watched, I'm like, was it edited? Like, did somebody throw a laugh track in there? But you can see their expressions. And then she even says, was that supposed to be like a punchline?
Oh, mate, I hope we got to throw a clip of that up. That's so
100%,
good.
100%.
That's so good.
That was good.
The fact that they just clued in like that, they're like, man, you're talking shit, man. What are you chatting about?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I was being, what?
All right. Well, I think that's kind of wraps up the first half of the pod.
It's a good way to end it.
Yeah, it was good. Did you get all the points that you had there?
I did.
Cheers.
Hey, we forgot the most important part though.
Wow, we did.
Drinking Happy Dads.
One day we'll be sponsored.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
that be something? What if we actually brought that to fruition?
Yeah.
We manifested that.
Mate, the day is coming. All right.
So second half here. And again, did you get to most of the points in the first half, or did we got to the points that we wanted to get to, right?
Yeah, I talked about everything. I mean, like, it's funny because I feel like a lot happened in the 2 weeks that we hadn't done the podcast. But then a lot of it kind of just, I feel like these 2 weeks like flew by.
Yeah.
I feel like I was so just go that, these are the few things I picked up on. I mean, it's cool to talk about them, but other than that, mate, I mean, yeah, just 2 weeks have flown by.
Yeah, I hear you.
How's your 2 weeks been?
It's been, it's been a lot. But I would say, outside of the professional, the profession, I would say personally, it's been, well, I'll tell you what. And I don't even think I told you prior to this. And I know the guys we work together, but at any rate, Magic,
right?
He had surgery. I don't know if I told you about 4 months ago.
Oh, what?
Did I tell you I had surgery 4 months ago?
No.
So it was 3 or 4 months ago. He had surgery. He had a hernia. They had to end up having to neuter him at the same time. So he had 2 surgical incisions at the same time. We had Blakely was 5 months old at the time. So Magic he had a good surgery, and then he had to put a cone on his head, run around the house, and we had a 5 months. It was just a lot. So then, like about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, he's straining to use the restroom again, and sure enough, it wasn't looking good. So then we took him today, or we took him yesterday, and the vet comes in and is like, yeah, he's got cysts. Like, he's got more issues. So we put him under surgery again today. Wow. Yeah, it was intense. So, today it was just...
Damn, bro.
Not to be Debbie Downer here, but, it's been a lot professionally and personally.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks has been insane.
Nah, it's been mental. Damn, dude, I'm sorry, bro. Is there any update on him now?
Yeah, so, today was intense. So, it was supposed to start in the morning.
Yeah.
And then, at some point, probably around noon, we're supposed to get an update. We didn't. We didn't get till 4. He was in surgery for almost 6 hours. They found other things, other cysts. So it was very concerning, dude. And even I kind of get the chills now, losing my breath a little bit, because I was like, dude, it's just with that much how intensive it is. And then he already was in another surgery, but it's just
back to back is a lot, and especially obviously it's a lot for a human as well. But I can't even imagine. He can't even say anything about it. He's just got to deal with it, innit?
That's what's. But our dog, he's very emotion based, so you can see what you can.
The guy, he's off the charts.
In most dogs are, right?
Yeah,
so you get a sense as a dog owner, what's going on.
Right, yeah, because you know his tendencies, his demeanor and stuff.
100%, man. So at any rate, what is life, right? Everybody's gone through this, probably very similar situations. We're very fortunate that he went through surgery today. It was successful.
Good.
And hopefully he'll be better. But yeah, no, you could sense it.
Yeah.
Something was wrong. He wasn't as happy, and then he was up fucking almost every hour last night, just trying to barking at the door, to go out.
Wow,
it's wild.
It's not like him. The barking is, but
the barking 100%.
Yeah, but the constant toilet is damn. He's a big softie, but he's also a tough cookie. So.
Yeah, he is. No doubt. It's just funny the way it's crazy too how humans it's almost like it feels like another child when you have an animal. It's just
100%.
I don't know how to to it. But you got
I'm the same way with my cat Wallace. I'm dude. I definitely helicopter parent my cat. Someone the other day was like, "Oh, why don't you just let Wallace out on the balcony?" Because obviously I'm on the 4th floor,
right?
But it's not screened in. And I was like, "Nah, never. I couldn't do it. What if he slipped and fell?" They go, 100%. "Oh, cats always land on their feet." I don't care. No, I'm not risking that. He's tiny as well. You've seen him. He's miniature. He's a very small cat for. I think he's what? Oh God, I don't even know. You think he's 3 now, 2 and a bit. I'm not doing it. So.
Yeah, no. Don't blame me, dude. I wouldn't be doing that.
4th floor is high.
Yeah.
It's tall. You've seen my building. Yeah. It's big. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. He can stay inside, and he just has to deal with it. Yeah. He's a happy cat, though. So that's good.
Fair play.
I guess, you're asking about the thing is, I guess we've got kind of a big thing coming up this weekend.
Oh, dude, this is going to be epic.
Oh, mate. You know what? The fact that, because obviously Rick and I brainstormed it, so, to let you guys in on the details, basically, so my birthday is coming up August 20th. We are celebrating it on Saturday as a group of us, and we got some big plans for it.
Oh, dude, this is epic. The way you guys have this set up, too, you gotta.
Yeah. So basically, essentially, it's a big golf tournament. There's going to be 10 of us. There was originally meant to be 12, but we had 2 no answers, which is fine. I guess you guys just hate me and whatever. No.
Do we call them out? 'Cause I'm actually curious of who was like just didn't respond.
Yeah,
or
okay.
We just move on.
I know. I'll fucking call him out.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. So Brady, fuck you. I'm joking. I love you, Brady. I love you. He's also like a notoriously bad texter, and he doesn't really text back. So fair play to him. And then who's the other one? Well, Brett. He's gone. So he was going to be one of them. Brett, he's gone. He's in Chicago. So he's out. But God, who was the other person? Oh, that's making me feel bad.
So I guess it didn't really matter.
No, I guess not. I've been so set. Under 10, I'm sorry. For him it is. I mean, you know that I'm mad at you. I'm not really mad at you. But
whoever it is,
Yeah.
321-576. That's all I've got. You've got all the contacts
Yes.
logged in. There's a lot of numbers in there. I don't even know.
there
who it
is. Yeah, there's a lot of numbers. So essentially, okay, so getting back to it, there's 10 of us. It's a big golf tournament. Obviously, we've been kind of getting into golf just as like it's just I like playing golf with everyone because it's kind of like going back to when you were younger and you used to just like hang out with your mates just to hang out. Obviously, once you get adults and you have your adult life, your jobs, it gets a little bit more difficult to kind of spend that quality time with your boys.
Right.
And for us, I mean, it's been great. Like, you know, it's just a great time to just go shoot the shit, get a little bit competitive, and just kind of. But then also you're outside and you're just having a drink. And I mean, obviously we live in Florida, beautiful weather all the time. It's just you're outside all day with your boys. Like,
yeah. No, it's especially great when you win, you know.
Moving on, we're not talking about that. Hey, but, you know, into that point, we're now on a team. So
that is badass.
Yes.
So for context on the pod, we played a buddy of mine, well, his brother, Rick and I were on a team, and we had Austin and Harry. Basically a 2v2 game going.
Very average 2v2.
Very average 2v2. Not the best performance we've ever seen. But at the end, it did actually go down to
Come down to the wire.
one. I mean, I think it was literally one deep shot could have tied it.
Yes, yeah. It was just I shit the bed, and so did Austin. I've never seen Austin slam the ground with the club, and
And I will say, this isn't when we talk now. I think in podcast terms here, like people they're gonna be like, "Why the fuck are they?" Like nobody knows what we're talking about. But just imagine, it's down to the wire, and basically a shot off, and one team is across the pond, and has the opportunity, but has to get it across the pond, land it on the green, to really seal a solid deal here. And the other team played it a little conservative.
Yep.
Played to the right and chipped it right on the green.
Yep.
And both fellas just went for it and just sunk it right into the lake.
Yeah, I hit my shot and I was like, oh my God, this could be it. I think I've saved us. And then 5 seconds later, you hear just a bloop, and that's my ball. And then Austin pulls up, same exact thing. So at that point, I was.
I don't mean to laugh. I get to laugh a little extra because I was the one competing against you.
Man. I lost it. But going back to the point, so 10 of us, big golf tournament, 9 a.m., getting bang on it. So the rules and stipulations of this tournament to make it more interesting and fun for all of us, because we're not alcoholics, but we do like a drink. So we've got the 10 players split up into 3 teams. We've got a team of 3, another team of 3, and a team of 4. Kind of evenly based, evenly set out. We tried to make it as fair as possible because obviously it's a team of 4. Now, a team of 4 includes the very average golfers that we were just talking about. Myself, Brian, my brother Rick, and Austin. And then the other ones, you got Mason, who's unbelievable.
Yeah, probably one of the best golfers that I know.
Yeah, 100%.
If not the best golfer I know.
Yeah, and he does things that I don't understand. I want to be like him. He's not going to hear this, though, because I'm not going to let his head get too big.
I don't think he watches our podcast anyways.
But if he does, I love you. So you got him. You've got my friend Patrick, who's a good golfer. And then we've got Ryan, who's one of the funniest guys I know. But my God, he's not great at golf. And he'll admit it.
Is Ryan the respectfully again? Because Ryan's one of the fucking most awesome people. I've never played golf with him. Is he like?
He has a background in hockey, but he is not great at golf. And I think he also doesn't have a lot of time and patience for it. So I think if he did, maybe he could get better, but he doesn't have the time. And he doesn't, And then the other team, you've got Jay, who is really good, and Charlie's really good as well. I'd say he's just kind of like a step down potentially from Mason.
Dude, they're like,
it's very close.
Both of them are so good.
It's harsh for me to say that he's a step down from Mason, but if we want to make it like to the minute details, Mason's here, he's right.
Yeah, and you played with them more than I have. I think I played with them twice, I believe, and I'm on the same page. I'm like, they're both so
it's
neck
tight.
and
Yeah,
neck.
it's tight. It's tight.
But they're so ridiculous. Like I couldn't even keep up with them.
Yeah. So obviously we had to split them apart because that's unfair if they're on the same team.
Right.
And then we've got my friend Jay. Jay's very good, especially if he has.
Very good too.
If he has a good day, he's unbelievable. If he has a shit day, he's kind of just more. He's still better than us, but he's,
If he brings his driver out, then he's having a bad day.
Yeah, if you don't hit your irons off the fucking tee box, mate. So then you got him, and then my other brother, Jake, who for some reason is just like kind of naturally good at golf. I don't get it. We played that one time with him.
Unbelievable.
He just came out. He pulled it out of his bag like he's just been playing golf all his life. I think he's played golf maybe 3 times.
That was unbelievable. The fact that he parred, I think he parred 2 holes.
Yeah.
In his first 18 that he's played in a very long time.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, I'm just hoping to hit par.
Exactly. It's very frustrating for me, who's been trying to go out there on the constant weekends, and then I've got him who's never touched grass, and he goes and fucking pars 3 holes. So you got him, and then obviously the other team. So that'd be all said and done, just a great golf tournament in general. But we've added in some stipulations. So stipulations are: it is a alcoholic drink per person. It's 1 for every 3 holes, so you have to make sure that you finish 1 drink for every 3 holes.
Yeah,
and that's picked out of a hat between the choice of 3. So there's 3 different alcoholic beverages. There's 1 kind of shit one, and then there's 2 kind of okay ones. So obviously you hope you don't get the shit one.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's going to be 1 shot for every 9 holes. So 1 on the front 9 and 1. It has to be on the 18th hole. You have to slam it for the 18th because it's just like the pressure's on. You got to slam it and you just got to go.
That might be my strategy though. Hold out until the last hole.
Yeah,
but
just send it.
Who knows? Sometimes it's good, and you're like, all right, I need a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, a little loosen, little WD-40.
The one thing is too, I will add to this is the time of year in which we're playing this tourney, because it's pretty hot outside.
Heat advisories, bro. Heat advisories for this past week.
Like even when we played last weekend, like the last 3 holes, I was like, dude, I need a clubhouse beer because this is freaking steaming.
I mean, you saw me. I think I was on hole 12, and I was just, I couldn't even see the ball. I was sweating so much, and I'm not built for this weather at all. But then also on top of that, heat advisory. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be good. I can't wait for it. I think it's probably one of my best birthday plans that incorporates all of it. I'm fucking gassed. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be so much fun.
There's gonna be some great golf, and there's gonna be some very shit golf.
Yeah, right.
But I think the teams are great. I think it's even. It's gonna be competitive, and it's funny as well because whoever goes first out of the groups, you're just gonna get heckled.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh.
I was gonna ask you. So how do we know who goes first?
Spin. No, spin. Either spin the wheel or pick out the hat. Okay. Because it's all. I want it to all kind of just be like Jeopardy. Like it's got to be just kind of like you could just get fucked and you could get the worst drinks. You could have to go first and all this sort of stuff.
Right.
And, I wanted to make as many like trip ups as possible because, it just makes a bit of fun, doesn't it?
That'd be funny. That'll be a good time.
Yeah,
man.
it's a good scramble. So, I don't know. I was at the range the other day. I was feeling pretty good. So I don't know. Never know.
I will say because I hadn't played. Because I golf with Rick most of the time, unless I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys always were, generous enough to invite me golfing, but I just would never send it. But I guess what I'm getting at is I got into a repetition where I was getting pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say pretty good, I mean like better than fucking shit.
Standards, yeah.
But what I'm getting at is the end of last weekend, I was really starting to feel like a groove going a little bit.
Yeah, no, some of the shots you were hitting, Brian, especially from like I'd say probably from like 180 yards outwards.
Yeah.
Some of those shots, I was like, dude, what is going on?
Yeah, some of them were decent. So I'm hoping that I can bring that same momentum going in to Saturday.
Honestly, I think if we play anywhere, I think if we play close to how we played this past weekend, as a group, I think we've got a very good chance.
Oh yeah,
a very good chance,
dude. We've got a great chance because like all of our not to keep digging in deep here, but like all of our games like last weekend would all complement each other. So it will be interesting to see all four of us
do a little scrams.
We're doing a rival, but and it came down to the wire. Now all of us on the same team. It'll be good.
Oh, and there's a $20 wager. Every person puts in $20, and the winning team takes the pot and splits it between the players. So that would be a nice little free round of golf. So,
no doubt.
And maybe a few beers. So
for sure. If we win, we'll probably just go, all right, everybody clubhouse.
Yeah, just on a tab, get it going.
Just drinks.
Yeah, got to. I mean, there's got to be. I also kind of want to throw in one there, a little wild card. If the cart girl comes by, I think everyone's got to tap in.
That would be decent.
Just as like a little, just a spanner. Just, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one.
I'm looking forward to it.
How old are you going to be?
25.
25 years old?
25, yeah.
Nice.
I want to say like a quarter of my way because maybe I think I'll get it to 100, but, you know, never know.
If we keep it up, I mean.
Well, yeah.
Actually, this makes you live longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Sponsored by Happy Dad.
I heard Happy Dad actually
increases lifespan by
25 years.
They will be knocking on our door like, all right, I like these guys.
Yeah. Drink responsibly, though. Cheers, bro.
Yeah, cheers, brother.
Oh, man. So, anything else going on?
No, nothing really. That was the only thing I had, like, personally. Again, it was Debbie Downer, but that shit hit. You know, it was wild. It's like, you know, you think, and again, not to go back down that you know, that conversation, but it's just, I would say for anybody getting animals and whatnot, you know, definitely go into like pet insurance. I'm pretty good with like knowing insurance and doing things smart fiscally.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I missed the mark on that.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's very expensive. And I wonder, I'm like, how do people afford, if they don't have insurance, to go and do, you know, these procedures? So if anybody is actually listening to this, do pet insurance. Definitely going to get involved with that. But, you know, I was telling the guys here, I think it was my naive perspective because I grew up, you know, with, you know, my family when you're younger, most families have like a pet.
Yeah, family dog or whatever, yeah.
But we had a mutt, and she was like a mixed golden retriever, but she never had any health issues. Huh. So there was never any like veterinarian, like, you know, things like that. So when we had the last surgery, it was expensive. You know, out of pocket. You're just paying for it. And then when you think you have it fixed, and then it actually wasn't fixed, and you have to do it again.
Yeah.
It's.
Are we talking like how, like, if you don't mind me asking, how expensive? Because I like you, like I haven't had to deal with any medical bills for pets since obviously growing up. I know my dad probably did. I mean, I think my parents owned horses. I think they had to pay for bills for that. I don't know if they had insurance, but they also had some. We also had German Shepherds. I don't know if you know, but their back legs tend to go in the late on years of their life. So, obviously, I know they had to, you know, sort the medical help and attention for them. But like, I'd never really thought about how expensive it actually would be.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's you know how I am transparent with anything and everything. But so just to put a perspective, I would have done a pet insurance, but an insurance policy through, you know, say maybe when I was in like corporate America, I look through all the benefits and you go, okay, definitely utilize everything that you can. But I didn't do pet because I believe, if I remember correctly, I was looking through the policy and it was like emergency only. So it's like basically I'm paying X amount a month preparing for a pet emergency, not like something like with my dog now, which is like it's a non-emergency.
So that's not okay. So that's classed as a non-emergency,
right? Like he was having issues, you know, and like like you know, it got to a point where it's like, all right, we need to go in there. So it probably wouldn't have been covered, but there is coverage where for that lack of my knowledge. But yeah, for example, like the first surgery I think was $7,000. And then this one will be $5,000.
Sorry.
Yeah.
$7,000.
$7,000, and
And then
this one should be $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
A little 13.
$13,000. Boom.
12.
That's a lot of money.
Sorry, 12. My
Or
bad.
12
That's
or
terrible
13.
math.
12
You
or
didn't hear
13.
that, Clay.
And yeah.
Wow.
Do Clay give you a little ear? No.
No. No. I was told I was supposed to shout out Jared because, Jared's been getting a little bit jealous, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we might as well then, huh? We got a couple more minutes here. Should we stir the pot?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he wants to hang out with the cool kids and whatever. And I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, you got to talk to Brian about that.
Nah, jokes aside, I obviously I wanted both of them. I was like, next time, especially the tourney, I was like, dude, I want them to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we already said the joke. If Jared's listening, I think we were in here and we're like, Jared, do you play golf?
Yeah.
And again, this is not exactly what he said, but I'm exaggerating here. But I think he said something like, yeah, I got to get my legs warm or I got to do something. I'm like, that tells me you don't play golf.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me you don't play golf without telling me you don't play golf. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I don't, just for caveat, Jared wasn't the person that I left out of the 12. So.
You sure about that?
Yeah. In the nicest way possible, yes. No. I mean, Jared would have been
Jokes
funny.
aside, though, how cool is it that we get to work together?
Yeah.
And they're there with you guys?
Yeah. Dude, they're funny. When they come to the shop and stuff and they're like, I pretty much live here now. And I was like, yeah, you guys are part of the team. I was like, you can get a coat in the car.
Yeah, right? It's awesome, though.
No, it's good, man. You know what? Dude, I feel so good about these pods. All the time we do, like, I get gas for them.
Yeah, it's
it's so nice.
It's fun, man. It's all good fun. That's what the best part about it is just kind of see. And I love how we format it.
Yeah.
Because the second half, odds are nobody cares about it.
No.
Because we do talk more like, and I think we can get better in a way of like, you look at these other podcasts. We always reference Rogan, but it's two people that essentially don't know each other, so that's why it's like easy to like.
Yeah, because it's more of you're like more inquisitive in a sense, right? Yeah.
Right. But like when I'm talking about my dog, for instance, like if I didn't know you, I would have probably phrased that whole explanation a completely different way.
Yeah.
But because you do know me, I'm talking to you as like a friend.
Yeah.
So I don't want to change how we do the pod, but if in the back of my head it is important for us to like phrase it in a way that's like universal in a way.
Yeah, maybe like translating it as opposed to being more like going from like sort of inside baseball talk as a term to more kind of just digestible from a outside perspective.
100%.
Yeah.
Because even when I say like, oh, Mo and I went to, we were talking about the Post Malone. Yeah. Like Mo and I went to watch Chris Stapleton in Utah and we went past Post Malone. That's why I said my wife and I try to articulate it in a way if somebody doesn't know us. But that's just shooting the shit in the pod. So
yeah.
But no, cheers, man. Again,
always, brother.
Yep.
It's a pleasure, and I fucking love doing these. I get gassed every time. I'm like, dude, just get to go and shoot the shit and look fancy on camera. So.
Right. It does look like it's in a fancy studio somewhere when we're in just a little what would you say that maybe 700 square foot?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, 700. I'd say 700.
But hey, we make it happen.
Hey, make it work.
After Happy Dad gets involved, we'll have our own, state
whole compound and we're just waiting for the email. I heard that like I think the first email actually went to like the spam folder or something. So they said
that's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was. Yep. Wow. Yeah, I think the agent's contacting me tomorrow, so we'll
get together.
Sort of fun,
Cheers.
Buddy. It might be the Happy Dads talking here, but after this, I thought this was funny, and Harry wanted to throw it in, but we ran out of time.
Yeah,
but I think I think it's funny content.
It's funny. So this is after hours, and this is a little side thought that I had.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a rant, so just bear with me when I go through this. I'm definitely gonna have to crack.
Right, but I think this is so relatable to everybody.
Yes.
It's definitely a parental move.
Yes. So, you know parents, right? Parents, they do a lot of things out of love, and you love them and you appreciate them, and they always want to help. Okay,
Course,
they want to be involved.
Of course.
So my parents actually just sold their house as they're moving to Montana, and so they're kind of doing like a little bit of a garage sale and or garage sale, as I say, but you guys say garage. Wait, which one did you guys say? I say garage.
I say garage.
Yeah, so garage sale or garage sale, and they are giving away stuff to me and being very nice about it. So I was like, cool, like get me involved, 100%. I'm a sucker for free shit. Sure. I love it. I'll
Who
take,
isn't?
Right, I'll take what I can get. So they first go, well, we've got a king bed, and I currently sleep on a queen with my girlfriend, and I am not a small man, but I'm also not a large man. I'm not fucking huge.
It's like easy.
Yeah, I know. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll calm down. I'll reel it back in. I'm a tiny man.
The camera might add a couple pounds.
Go on. No, so they were like, yeah, we've got a king bed. And I was like, oh my God, yes, please, give me that. And I was like, can you send me pictures of it? So they decided to FaceTime me and show me. And I was like, oh yeah, that's good, cool, right, cool, whatever. Right. So there's that, plus a table and some a chair and some shelves and just some other stuff.
Right.
So I was like, cool, yeah, I'll take it. Right. So they so caveat to this, obviously we shoot the pods on Thursday. Last week they asked me, they said, when do you want to do this? Like, we'll get the U-Haul and take it up to you. And I was like, yeah, any day but Thursday, because I have to be here for the pod, which is why I was late today. So apologies for that, but I'm going to tell you why. So I said any day but Thursday, and they go, okay, cool. Text me on the weekend. They go, book the U-Haul for Thursday. Great. Yeah. Classic parents, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, okay, well, I've got to be here for 7, so let's, can you get to mine for 5? No problem. We can do that for you, Harry. Get a text, or I call them like, hey, you guys heading over? Yeah, we'll be there by about 6. Okay, great. Yeah, whatever. Obviously, my apartment, I live on the 4th floor, don't have an elevator. This bed comes in pieces, and it's in metal pieces. I'm not going to do this to my dad. My dad's like fucking 64, about to be 65. I'm not going to make him carry, and I'm not my mum either. I'm not going to make him carry up this. My girlfriend helped me carry some of the stuff up, and they carry some of the lighter stuff, but I'm logging these like heavy metal frames up 4 floors just to end all of it to realize.
Because the elevator's out.
Yeah, because the elevator's out. We don't have elevators right now. Great, yeah? Let's move into the apartment without elevators. Who made that decision? It wasn't me. So I get there, and obviously all said and done, this stuff's in the apartment, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, there's 2 mattresses. Why is there 2 mattresses? I thought you said it's a king. And he goes, no, it's a king. You just, it's a fold-out couch thing. I'm like, right. So it's a fold-out, but it's a king. And then I'm looking at the mattresses, and I'm like, one of these mattresses is like half the size of my queen.
Yeah.
So, but the math isn't mathing for me.
Yeah, right.
Because the king's bigger than a queen, right?
Right.
So then I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, God, what's going on here? And then I put them together, and I pulled my tape measure out, and I measured my bed, and I measured these ones. I'm like, okay, well, it's definitely wider. But I'm looking at it, I'm going, it's 2 mattresses, and there's a crack in the middle. My girlfriend's gonna be fuming at me. What you don't want to just sleep next to me, or whatever, right? I'm like, I can't because there's a gap. Yeah, what am I gonna be like spooning her, and I'm just like falling down? Anyway.
So I said for your birthday, I'm getting you a foam piece.
Switch it in there. It's crazy, and I'm like my parents are great. I love them, right?
No wonder Simon he gets good sleep.
Yeah. It makes sense now, right? Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not taking that to the new one.
Honestly, he's probably like, because that's the thing. He told me, he goes, it was the best sleeps that I had. That makes sense now. You're making sense. I understand where you're getting onto, Dad, so I appreciate that. But My girlfriend doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking at it and then like it's just two pieces. I haven't got the fucking slightest Scooby how to fucking put it together, and it's just like they just left it, and then you know all the stuff, and they said, "Yep, peace out, see you later." So I'm just left now in my apartment with.
So that's what I was asking. Is it two? I know we had this deliberation, but is it two full size pushed together, or is it two like twins pushed together?
I think it's a twin. That's the word. It's a twin.
It's a twin.
I couldn't think of it. It's a twin. It's skinny, bro. It's skinny. I don't even fit on it. My feet hang off the edge. It's worse than my bed at the moment. So I've just got an extra bed in my house, which I can't even use.
Oh, I'm fucking dead.
Oh,
man.
dude.
Such a parent move.
Oh, I know.
So generous.
So generous. And they're like, oh, it's a king. And I'm like, Dad,
It's
don't
not
like a king.
It's not right. Yeah.
No. But they just failed to let me know that it's a 2-mattress setup. And on top of that, the mattresses are different.
Oh, so they're different. It's different. Like one's is softer, one like
one's
totally.
soft, one's softer, one's just spring to fuck. Dude, I'm honestly, Brian, I was fuming. I was like, yo, I've just got played, and I think everyone can say that. And sometime in their life, their parents are going, yeah, let me do this. But, yeah,
Do you think when he left, do you think he was like?
Oh, he had a little chuckle to himself.
Do you think he was like?
Yeah, he's like, fucking go, yeah. Yeah, that's for the 18 years of bullshit you gave me.
Fair play, dude.
Fucking parents.
You gotta love that, man.
Fucking parents.
That was worth telling. That's a story worth telling, though. Oh,
yeah,
parents.
tough. I gotta deal with that now. There's just 2 metal frames in my gaff now with just 2 mattresses.
Yeah.
Fuck knows what I'm gonna do with them.
Yeah.
I guess the only benefit of it, I got my friend coming over in a month from England, so if I can figure out how to fucking set it up, at least he has a bed.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So maybe they did do something good for me.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah, that was my little rant. Thank you for listening to me, guys.
Shout out, Simon.
Yeah. Shout out, Dad. Love ya.